Yo, what is going on, everybody? So, I have been able to read a few of the PMs, some of the whispers, a few of the comments on YouTube. I've been driving most of the day, so I haven't really had an opportunity to sit down and read it in depth. But I've also gotten a few Discord phone calls from players that were asking me about the drop rates, and that seems to be the thing that everyone is struggling with the most. Everyone seems to be 100% convinced that if they do the higher stages, they're going to get more of this gear, and that is thereby the single most efficient way to farm this gear. And because the drop rates are so low and atrocious, which they are, that it's a waste of time, and they're just going to go ahead and quit the game or take a break and wait for them to fix it, whatever the case may be. Listen, I did the math. I did the raids. I've been working this system now for nearly 60 hours, and I am telling you guys that this is just like Dragon Raid Hard. Just like it, okay? You don't get that many more scrolls when you do Dragon Raid Hard 10 compared to Dragon Raid Hard 1, okay? You just don't. It's like 10%, maybe 20% more scrolls, but the cost is 50, 60, 70% more stamina? It's stupid. It's stupid. Stop. Then the other big thing that everyone is pointing out is, oh, you're a whale. You spend stamina like water. You don't care. It doesn't matter whether I was a whale or not a whale. I'd still burn it on 1. At this point, I know I even said in one of my earlier videos, if you really want, no, don't even bother. Just burn it on 1. It doesn't matter. It's free to play, pay to win, buying tons of stamina, not buying tons of stamina. It doesn't matter. Frickin' do it on 1. Why? Because you're saving 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% just in the stamina burn alone. You're clearing it faster, and just based on observation, taking all the things that Vespa says about it being a higher drop rate and setting it aside. What is observable is what we're going to go off of. Perception is reality here. Who gives a fuck what the code says? What I give a fuck about is what my raids say after the fact. And if I go do 100 runs on stage 1 and end up with 7, 8, 9 pieces of gear, if you watched video 1 or 2, I think it was on 2, you saw in the length of that video, and right at the beginning of the second video, I managed to, in 20 minutes or so, snag 4 pieces of gear. You witnessed that if you were watching my videos, okay? I'm not making this shit up. That was stage 1. 10, 15 second clears. Some of them at most were like 25 seconds, 30 seconds, but they were averaging around 17 seconds or so a piece. 4 pieces of gear in 20 minutes, okay? And in 100 runs of 1, I got 7, 8, 9 pieces of gear. I'd say now my average is probably around 6. Earlier I said it was around 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and say it's around 6 is my average. The highest I've gotten in 100 runs of stage 1, not on dispatch, again, don't dispatch, was 9 pieces of gear, okay, from 100 runs. And I think I can actually get higher than that. The highest I got from doing 100 runs of 2, which takes even longer, was 4. The highest I got from doing 100 runs of 3 was 6. The highest, and you see where I'm going with this, the highest I got from doing 100 runs of 4 was about 4, 5, somewhere in that range. And then the highest I got from doing 100 runs of 5 was about 5 as well. And none of it was reclaimed, okay? So, what the fuck? I mean, that's observable data. That is me burning stamina on over 500, 600 of these goddamn things in the last 24 hours. And observing, regardless of what the fucking game says, 8, 9 fucking pieces of gear from 100 runs of 1. And 4 or 5 from 100 runs of 5. And never more than 9 from any of the other higher stages. So they can say all the goddamn time that, they can say it as much as they want, that it's a higher drop. It's not observable. That's all I care about. You know what else Despot says? Despot said Hilda was going to have 6,000 penetration. Guess what? She doesn't. It's not observable. Okay? They can say things. They can type things into boxes that pop up on your screen. But if it ain't fucking happening, who gives a shit? Go and do what works. And for God's sake, stop fucking trolling me. You think I'm trolling you. I'm telling you, you can watch it in my videos. This is what, I'm not making this shit up. Okay? I want players to remain active in this game. I sure as fuck don't want people quitting over this shit. It's a piece of shit. Deal with the piece of shit. It's a turd sandwich. This update is a piece of shit. I agree. Work with what you got. Make lemonade out of lemons. Save your stamina. Burn it all on one. Free to play or not, I don't give a fuck. I'm choosing to spend money on stamina and burn the fuck out of it on one. And I'm seeing good results. Okay? You don't have to. You don't have to do any of this shit. You know why? Because none of this gear matters right now. There's hardly anyone farming it. The drop rates are atrocious. And if you want to stay on the cutting edge, the bleeding edge, and potentially get a set of gear that's viable in content, fine, go for it. Spend your fucking shit on it. If you really want my fucking opinion, get your fucking heroes to 100. If you really want to know what to be doing right now, get your fucking heroes to 100. I shouldn't be going into League of Valor or League of Victory or League of Honor and seeing 90s. I just shouldn't be seeing that bullshit. Okay? So go grind 923. Go grind 1029. If you've got all the heroes, do 1029. Most of you don't. Do 923. 923, 54 stamina. You're going to get XP pots every single run. You're going to get things like ancient runes. You're going to get all the shit to upgrade your heroes. Da-da-da-da-da. You've seen my fucking shit on 923 before. So just get your heroes to 100 first. You're going to see more appreciable gains from that bullshit than you will going and doing this fucking thing that is Tecnomagic gear raids. If you got money and you really want to get gear, or you just got a fuck ton of stamina, whatever, fine, go do it. But do one, and don't dispatch, okay? I want to also address another thing that I was reading in the comments that really set me off. So people are like, oh, it's all about the boss crystals. It's all about the boss crystals. Okay, let me break some math down here for you. 100 runs on stage 1 costs you 10,000 stamina. Okay? 10,000 stamina. You will get, currently under the boost, without the boost, it's 9 boss crystals per whatever. You get less when you actually get a piece of gear, but that's fine. That's what you want. Okay? But you get 9 by default. With the boost, 18. With 100 runs, you're going to get 1,800, which is enough to craft 1.8 pieces of gear. Don't craft shit. Don't re-roll lines. Don't do any of that stuff. Just collect. Just collect right now. Don't spend any money on this gear. This system's going to get overhauled. This reminds me of when I worked for BMW years and years and years ago, and the fucking 7 Series came out. It was 2002. It was a piece of shit. So bad, in fact, that BMW slapped a fucking 10-year warranty on the thing. Okay? They were paying for that shit up till the day I quit. They were still covering repairs on that piece of shit. Okay? Because it was bad. And you know what? It kept those BMW owners happy. And Vespa's going to do the same thing. They can't afford for people to be quitting this game. This game goes belly up. That's a lot of that's millions gone. Millions! So they're going to make this shit work. They listen to us as players. They listen to us. So don't just fucking throw in the towel and give up. I mean, I wanted to as well. I was irate. Okay, my guild had to calm me the fuck down. They were like, Iceman, shut the fuck up. They were like, calm your ass down. Okay? Because I was going off within a few hours of the content dropping about the fact that I couldn't clear stage 5. And I got all these fucking A2s, stacked roster, fucking, what the fuck, right? Why the hell can't I clear stage 5? This is bullshit. I was like, I'm gonna fucking give my account away. This is dumb. What the fuck? This is a stupid ass game. They calmed me down, and then I was like, okay, fine. You know what? Fuck it. And I worked at it, and I finally learned the mechanics, and I beat stage 5 later that day. No big deal. But then I realized, wait a minute. I can beat stage 5. Then I started doing it with some other guildies. Fucking 4 pieces of gear in like 10 hours of running it. Like, what the fuck? This is stupid. Let me go try stage 1. Let's just see. Let's just see. Go and do stage 1 for an hour, and I get fucking like 6 or 7 pieces of gear. Okay? I'm like, holy shit, there's something here. There's like something going on, right? So then all of a sudden I start saying, this may be a fluke. This may be a fluke. Let me really analyze this down to the core. And I started doing all the math, and I started doing all the runs, and I started observing everything, and sure as shit, stage 1 ended up just being every single way, in each case, Ascalon, Galgoria, and Siegfried, the one to run. The one to run was 1. Every time. I kept getting more gear from 1 than any other. So then at that point I said, okay, so yes, I'm getting more gear, but let me figure out the crystallized boss tokens, the boss crystals. Let me figure this shit out, right? Because maybe I'm getting more gear, but if these boss crystals are really that important, then I probably need to be careful before I start recommending people do stage 1, right? Well, guess what? You do 100, like I said, of stage 1, you're going to end up with 1,800. But let's just say you average 7 pieces of gear. You know how much it costs you to go and craft a rando piece of gear? 1,000. How much are you going to go and get from 100 runs of 5? Well, the most I've gotten was 5. That's the most. So I got 2 additional pieces. Now all of a sudden, I've got 2,000 crystallized powers worth of rando drops. Now, yeah, I can accumulate the boss crystals and craft a piece specific to a hero that I want. Yes, I can do that. Should I do that? No. No one should right now. I'm telling y'all, no one should be crafting shit. Because they're going to revamp this fucking shit. And those tokens, I'm going to venture to say that at some point in the next couple of weeks, when they see all these people dropping out of the game like flies, or bitching on Reddit, bitching on the plug, bitching on Twitter, bitching on all the things, bitching on YouTube and all that, okay? When they see all of that, they're going to revamp the system. They're going to make those tokens worth more. Then, I believe, I'm going to predict, I could be wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and predict that they're going to look at how many times a player ran this shit, and they're going to compensate them with said crystallized boss tokens, okay, as a ratio in regards to how many times they ran it, right? So that you can go and use them at a much better redemption rate. Not 1,000 to craft. No, that's a fucking stupid ass redemption rate. Or, and they might make it 100 to craft a piece, 500 to craft one that's specific to a class, specific to a type of gear. Maybe they'll make it 500. Maybe they'll make that what's 1,000, not 4,000, which is what it is now. Fuck that noise, okay? I don't know. Or they could just fix it and make it so that it drops more frequently. That's the other thing they could do. They could do both. I don't fucking know. I don't really fucking care. All I know is that if you're going to do this shit, which I've decided to do, you do not have to. I'm telling you, you do not have to. But if you're going to, do it on stage 1. Because if you do 100 of stage 5, that's going to cost you 14,000, stamina. That's 40% more stamina. Okay? That's 40 less runs than you would have done had you gone and done it over on 1. 40 less runs. Okay? 40 less runs of 18 per run right there. That is 720 additional fucking crystallized power that you would have gotten just doing 1. That's not even taking into account the fact that you're going to get 3 to 4 pieces of gear from said for 40 runs. Okay? So now that puts you up at between 7 to 11 pieces of gear versus the 5 that's the highest I've gotten. I've seen people getting even less. 5 pieces of gear from 5. I got fucking 10 or 11, and I got another 720, or a total of 2,520 crystallized power, which is only 1,380 less than the guy that did fucking 5. And it took me a fucking quarter of the time. So I can go and do other shit in the game, like League of Honor. That's got good rewards. Maybe I should do that. Guess what? While I'm doing League of Honor, I can have my shit on dispatch wearing the fucking gear I'm doing League of Honor with. That's convenient, right? Oh, let me go and do World Boss. Yeah, I'll go and dispatch it while I do World Boss for 20, 30 minutes using the gear I'm fucking using in World Boss, and I'll clear it. 100% win rate in PvP gear and in World Boss gear. Wow, that's convenient, and it's fast, but you don't have to. You know why? Because this whole thing's gonna get fucking revamped anyway. I'm gambling on the fact. That's what this fucking game is anyway. If you're paying or if you're free to play, it's a gamble. It's a gotcha game. Come on, you're playing this game. It's a gotcha game. It's a gamble. High risk, high rewards. You know, I like that. I like that a lot. Some don't. Then go fucking play a different game. This is not the game for you. And if you're watching this video and you're fucking 15 minutes into this thing and you're still watching this shit, guess what? You ain't playing King Raids unless you know it's a fucking gacha game and you know it's not as bad as some gachas. Okay? There are some fucking games out there that are really like fucking Shadow Legends, Raid Shadow Legends. That's straight up fucking gacha. This is not that bad. This is not that bad. This is one of the better ones. But this Tecnomagic Gear Raids is just a fucking bad car. It's a BMW, it's a 2002 BMW 7 Series. It's a piece of shit. Expect a 10-year warranty coming up. Expect one. Okay? You don't have to do this shit, but if you're going to do stage 1, I've broken it down for you fucking Barney style. Okay? Stop your bitching, just like I did. I stopped my bitching. And you know what? I don't have to invest in any heroes. Neither do you. Neither do you. Because you know what? All these motherfuckers are like, oh my god, I gotta invest in Talisha and Hilda and fucking Annette and you know, in order to beat stage 5 and you know, beat stage. No, you don't. Just fucking do one. Just do stage 1. What the fuck? You're gonna get more shit. And I don't give a fuck. Anybody can write to me at this point and say, but it says you'll get more. No, you won't. You won't get more. Prove it to me. Prove it to me. I can prove it to you. You prove it to me that you're gonna get more from any other stage. I don't see it. I'm wondering at this point if in this game, if it sees you clearing it fast, it's like, oh, he cleared that fast. Let's give him more. I don't fucking know. Like, I'm clueless at this point. Like, maybe if it sees you doing it a certain amount of times in a certain amount of time, then they give you more. I don't care. I just know that I can observe I'm getting more. I don't give a fuck what the code is. So please, just do that, okay? Talk to you all later.